Hey guys, it's Woody the Unexceptional Gamer, and here's a video. Again, not so much about gameplay, but I have a few topics I wanted to talk about. The first is Second Chance. When this game first came out, I used Second Chance a bunch. I was under the idea that it wasn't really that frustrating to play against, that you could shoot people on the way down. It took a while to pull your pistol out, and that was that. I hadn't really run into a ton of Second Chance. There was Last Stand in COD 4, but it just didn't seem as frustrating as it can be in this game. So I kind of defended it a bit. And then my subs all said, no, Second Chance is a horrible thing. Don't use it. And, in an effort to keep you guys happy, I took off Second Chance and haven't touched it since. I probably played, I don't even know how much time I've played, but let's just say that I've put a lot more time in with Second Chance not even armed. And somehow I became synonymous with it. And it's like, oh man, this really stinks. I'm not a guy who uses Second Chance. Let it go. Forgive me. I've tried it. I may arm it one more time, just because I may at one point get every single pro perk, and you can't do it without using it at least a little. But in the same way that I'm not a sniper, but I may at some point finish off Scout Pro, just because to finish all the challenges and stuff. But it's not really. Look, I'm not going to be using Second Chance much. I know that people hate it, and there it is. So I see sometimes people on other videos mention Second Chance. Leave me alone on the Second Chance, please. I tried it. I thought it was cool. I no longer think it's cool. Stop. Whatever. I'm not running Second Chance. Cut me some slack. My typical third perk, if you're curious, is Hacker. I like it because it helps me find bad guys, and of course it protects me from claymores. But even more than just protecting me from their claymores, when I get to see their cameras, when I get to see their motion sensors, it usually gives me an indicator of where I can find somebody, and I like that a lot. So that's why I run Hacker. And I have Hacker Pro, which makes me invisible to motion sensors. A lot of people think Ghost Pro does that, but it's actually Hacker Pro. So yeah, not only do I know where they are, but I get the jump on them, and it's a really cool thing. I like it a lot more than Noob Stand or Second Chance, whatever you want to call it. So anyway, just back off on that. The other thing I wanted to do, and this is based on so many comments that I get, is talk about rendering on YouTube. So here's how it works. I upload a video to YouTube, and it's typically WMV file, and I like that because it can start rendering even during the upload, whereas some of the other file formats, it has to have the complete file before it can even begin its first render. So YouTube, it does at first this quick and dirty render, and there's nothing I can do about it, and it shows in, I think, 240p, or sometimes it doesn't even give you a display on what it is. And then as it goes through, it renders it more carefully and increases the video quality. What rendering actually is it goes through frame by frame and changes the image from one file format to another. So it's changing it from WMV to whatever format that YouTube is using. I don't know what it is, but a lot of guys, they rate me as if they're upset that I lowered my video standards, and now I'm uploading this really crappy stuff that would look better on a old Nintendo 16-bit system or whatever. Chill, man. I'm not doing that. It's just what YouTube is doing during the render. So anyway, you need to know that. The other thing I wanted to talk about was some of the comments I get tell people how to skip ads, and here's what works for actually skipping ads. Sometimes if you hit F5, you can get a different ad, maybe one that's not a pre-roll, and that's kind of cool. Sometimes when you get it and you hit F5, you get just another pre-roll again, and you lose the 5 seconds that you already watched it. Whatever. I think sometimes ad blocking works, but I'm reading in the comments that it doesn't. I run Chrome, which doesn't have ad blocking, so I don't really have a ton of experience with it, but I know sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But here's what never ever works. People say hit Alt F4 to skip ads, or people say hit Control W to skip ads, and these guys are just jerk-off trolls. What that actually does is it closes your foreground Windows application, and what that means is it shuts down your browser. So these people telling you to skip ads by hitting Alt F4 or Control W are not your friends, and they're not cool, and they're just internet trolls. So I wanted to throw out a little YouTube education here. The only videos I ever put up that have bad quality are the podcast. And that's because they're an hour and a half long, and it would take forever to buffer it, and it wouldn't even be good for anyone. So I give them bad video quality, but I make sure the audio quality is as good as it can be. Everything else I upload, if it doesn't look great, then it's just rendering. And if you come back in a few minutes, it'll be better. So I thought you'd want to know. And then this brings me to another problem that we're having in Black Ops lately, which is people quitting. So I roll with a pretty good team, and when the game first came out, we didn't win every game. Like we were just kind of normal. We won most of our games, but we weren't getting these big streaks or whatever. And now I haven't lost in a couple days. I think my streak's only at 45 or so, but we get stuff like this a ton, and it's. I know Bendro has pretty much wanted to stop playing it. I think we're going to do more game battles so that we can run into better teams and see how that goes. The last thing I wanted to throw out is, and I hope I don't run in a video, I think I'm going to, pro gaming. Is PC gaming as big as console pro gaming? So I'm a console gamer, and to me it appears that console gaming is much bigger. I'm not sure if that's because it's just my tiny little sphere of influence, the places I see are console oriented, or is it that console gaming is genuinely bigger? Because on the other hand, I can see that Halo gaming is bigger than Call of Duty gaming, and I'm not really a Halo guy. So maybe console gaming really is the larger thing at the moment than PC gaming. So I'd be interested in getting your feedback and let me know. Are there bigger tournaments that I'm just not aware of that the PC guys are playing? I'm curious about it. So there you have it. Have a good day, and